let's start our cutting. So what we do is we measure 2 inches. This is a straight line, so you measure 2 inches from this line. So you mark out 2 inches here, 2 inches, inches. So let's connect these lines together. So what you want to cut out first is the back part of the suit. So in this suit is having a double lapel, a double vent at the back, which is double opening at the back. So after we done that, so the length of the suit is 30.5. So the length is 30.5. So let your 1 inch be before the line like this. So you measure the length 30.5. So we mark 30.5. So after marking 30.5, so you add 1.5 allowance for the folding here. 1.5 for the folding. So after that, we connect the lines together. Make sure it's straight. So after we've done that, you mark 1 inch at this part as well. Just divide the 2 inch into two parts. So you mark 1 inch here, 1 inch. So let's connect these two lines together. So connect the two lines together. So what you are going to do at this part as well, we just mark 2 inches here as well. So it might not need to get to 2 inches, depending, because there is nothing here. Assuming there is a vent, which is a single vent here, you can use 2 inches. But since there is no vent, you can either use 1 inch or 1.5 inches. So depending, there is no vent at this part, so let's reduce it to 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. There's no vent. We are not ruling out our vent at this part. The double vent will be at this side, which is at the side. This at the side. Right, this is the center of the back. So let's connect our 1.5 inches line. So we've done that. So the next thing we are going to do is the back of the suit. The back measurement is 18 inches. So the back measurement is 18 inches. So what we do is we divide that 18 by 2. So 18 divided by 2 will give us 9 inches. So what we do is that the back measurement, which is from the shoulder bone to the other shoulder bone, so the measurement you get from there, you divide it by 2, which will give us 9 inches. So 9 inches plus quarter, so you add quarter to it. So 9 inches plus quarter will give us 9.25. So 9.25. So you mark out that 9.25 to the end of the length of the suit. So you mark out 1 and 9 1/4 inches to the down part of the suit. So that will be the measurement you are using for the back of the suit. 9 1/4. So what give us that measurement is the shoulder measurement. Why some people call it the back measurement. So the shoulder measurement, which is from the bone to the end of the other bone of your shoulder. So let's rule it out. Let's rule it out straight. Sure the lines are straight. So make sure the lines are straight. So I've done that. So another thing we are going to do is this line is the neckline. This 1 inch line is the neckline. 1 inch line is the neckline. So this is the neckline. So the neck of the client is 17.5. So we are using 2 3/4 for the neck, 2 3/4 for the neck. As well use 3 inches. I want it to be firm on the client, so I'm using 2 3/4 for the neck. 2 3/4 for the neck. So 2 3/4 for the neck. So 2 3/4 for the neck. So after you've done that, so let's just rule out. We connect this together with this. Just connect your line from the end of the shoulder to the middle of the neck. This will be the middle of our neck. Yeah. So after you've done that, so for an adult, what we use is 7 inches. 7 inches. But if the person chest is more than 45, you can add to 7 inches. But if the chest is still within 30, 38 or 36 to 45, maintain 7 inches. So for adults, 7 inches is okay. 7 inches is okay. So we measure 7 inches at this part as well. 7 inches at this part. So what you do is just connect this line together with this. Connect this line together with this. So make sure it's ½ inch above. Just slant it ½ inch. After you slant it, then connect it with this. Connect it with this. So we are done with that. So for the back, it's having a side vent, a double vent. It's having a double vent. So we are using 10 and half. We are using 10 and half for the vent, for the side vent. We are using 10 and half. From the length of the suit, not from the added allowance. So from the length, use 10 and half. Using 10 and half. So what you do is, at this part, I'm going to use 2.5 here, 2.5 here, and while at this part, we are going to use up to 3 inch, 3.25 inches. So it will be a kind slant form. It will be in kind of slant form. So let's roll it. Let's connect this together with this. Let's connect it together. So that is the vent. That is the vent. So the measurement I use is I use 10. So we are done with the back shaping. So this is the back, this is the shoulder, this is the neckline, this is the armhole depth of the back. We use 7 inches. While this is the middle of this suit, the half length. How we got the half length is divide the length by 2, then you get the half length. This is the length of the suit is 30.5. While this is the side vent, is having a side vent. If it's having a single vent, it will be at this side, which is at the middle, but it's having a side vent, so it will be at this part. So we are done with the back. So let's cut out the front part as well. Let's cut out the front part as well, so we can still let's maintain the straight line, this 2 inches straight line. Let's maintain it. Let's maintain this 2 inches straight line. So what we are going to do is, from this line, so let's measure 2 inches here. Let's measure 3 inches. 3 inches. 3 inches. 3 inches will not be enough. Let's measure 3.5 inches. Why we are measuring it is that we don't want this part to be at the back, so we have to measure something that is beyond this part, which is 3.5 inches. So 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. So the 3.5 inches, let's connect the lines together. Connect the lines together. Connect the lines together. Connect the lines together. So we are done with the cutting of the back part of the suit. So let's sketch out the front part of the suit. So what we use at the back part is 9 inches, which is the shoulder measurement, plus 1/4 inch. So that's what we are going to replace at this part as well. So we are still going to maintain our 9.25 on this part. So you just mark out 9.25 down to the length of the suit. 9.25. So let's connect the lines together. So I'm still going to maintain the length, the former length, which is the former length of the back measurement. So you are still going to maintain it because of the style of the suit you are cutting. You are still going to maintain it. So the measurement we use for our back is 2 3/4. So that is the same measurement you are going to replace there. So let's connect the shoulder. So at the front part here, what you are going to use here is I'm going to use 2.5. This is the collar part of the suit. So I'm going to use 2.5 inches. While you slant it by 4 inches. Slant it by 4 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do is the the armhole depth of the back is 7 inches. So you just add 3 inches to it. For adults, that is what we use. Especially if the body is within the range of 37 to 42 thereabout. So you are going to maintain this part, this measurement. So the half length of the suit. So what we got here is we divide the back the length of the suit by 2. So you get 15.25. So the length is 30.5. So divide it by 2, you get 15.25. So what you are going to do here is that you increase for the back, you increase it by 2 inches. So before, what we got is 15.25. So what we'll be getting here is 15.25 plus 2 inches. So you are going to get 17.25. 17.25, that is what we get here. So that will be the middle, the half length of the suit for the front, which is also the stomach part. So what we are going to do here is that we make a curve for the armhole. So what I do is usually I will measure 1.5 inch at this part, 1.5 inch at this part. But if you have a curve, you can make use of it. If you have a curve, you can make use of it. It will give you an accurate measurement. But I'm used to freehand sketching as well as using curves. So what you are going to do at this part, make sure it's up to half inch here. Because when you are showing the side front to the major front, it's possible there will be a kind of differences. So you make sure the side front is half inch above the main front. So let's rule it straight. So we are still coming back to that part. So let's get the shape of the lapel. So you know we have like three types of lapel. We have the straw, which some people call the rolling lapel, rolling collar, and we have the notch and the peak lapel. So for this pattern of suits, I'm making a peak lapel, a peak lapel. So in a peak lapel, you have a kind of shape like this, like V shape, kind of V shape like this. So usually just make use of two, 1/3, 1/3 to make the V. Yes, make use of 1/3. Depending on how you want the peak to be as big, but this measurement is okay. This measurement is okay. So the next thing you are going to do is you draw a curve that will connect, from the peak to your stomach, that will form the lapel. So it's always, the shape looks like this. It's kind of curve it down to the stomach part. While at this part, you measure 2/3 here, 2/3. Then you curve it as well. So make sure it connects to the half length of the suit. What I do is, usually for the button, for convenience sake, make sure there is like half inch or 3/4 at the stomach part, so that there will be a kind of convenience to button down the suit. So this is the shape we are getting. So if you have a curve, you can make use of it. But that is the shape of the front part of the suit. So let's check our measurements. So we're having 17 at this part. At the chest part, we're having 17. So what we want to get is 42.5. So you are sewing this part half inch. So at this point, we're having 18 here. At the major front, we're having 18. So 18 plus 17 is 35. So it's 35 inches. So we need 7.5 to make up our measurement. 7.5. So 7.5 divided by 2 is 3.5 So 3.5, what we do is add 1 inch to it. So making 4.5. So that is what you are going to use at this part. 4.5. So that is what you are using at this part. 4.5. So at this part, make sure you roll a straight line up to 2 inches. So once it's straight up to 2 inches, you can now curve it. And make sure this part is at the armhole for the side front. Make sure it's up to 3 inches or 2.5 inches. Make sure it's up to that so that you can meet up with the back when you are joining it. So it's up to that. So, and again, let's give a suit shape and the front part. But if the person has stomach, or maybe the chest measurement is equal to, is the same thing as the stomach measurement, make sure you don't need to shape it, just leave it the way it is. But if the person has a chest measurement that is higher than the stomach, you can give it a shape. So let's give it shape. So you connect it down to your armhole. Once you connect it down to the armhole, you do the same thing at this side as well. So after doing that, you shape it at this part also. The next thing I'm going to do is, since we've gotten the measurement for the chest, let's get the measurement for the stomach part. So at the stomach part, we're having 15.25 at this part at the back. So at the front, you are going to sew this part. You are not sewing this, you are sewing this part. So let's measure it. So you're having 17 at the front. So 17 plus 15.5 will give us 32.5. 32.5. So what you want to get is, the stomach measurement is 41.5. So 42, 41.5, and you already have 40. You already have 42, and so the difference of you're having 41.5 minus 32, and now so is 8 inches. So 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. So at the stomach part, you're adding 5 inches. Adding 5 inches to it. You're adding 5 inches to it. So the next thing is that we'll get the vent for the side front, but there is no space for the vent now. So once we cut it out, we bring out the shape for the vent. So for the side front, you can only cut out one part of it and not cut out the two. So once we cut out one part, we use it to replace the other one. So that is what I want to do now. Can use the back vent to get the front side vent as well. So you can mark it out.